Hi, welcome to Navigating the Now with me, Kir Noel. Happy New Year to everyone. Such an exciting time in our trajectory of transformation. Anyone joining me anywhere in the world, if you have any interest in a particular topic, how to balance during or while something in your lives is ongoing, please send me a contact info. You can DM me, you can look up my name. Kir Noel, Noel. It's everywhere on the internet. For me, it's good, it's bad. It's my cell phone on there. So you can DM me, you can text me. I want to hear about this. I know you're getting this live or recording. You're getting this recording in other parts of the world where it may be the middle of the night and some places the next day. So please contact me and ask me to give you insight into how to navigate the now for you. So I'm happy the holiday season is kind of a little bit behind us. I feel like it's been exhausting. It's been exhausting. I always find myself propelled into enjoyment and bountiful gifting and generosity and leveling up everything in my life so that I can kind of meet the world where it is right now in this world, in my part of the world, and not get swallowed by the wave of sort of jubilation, excitement, and hope. But the hopeful part is something I'm going to encourage everyone who's listening to hold on to. Let's hold on to the hope. And the reason we want to hold on to the hope is to continue to navigate the now without, distraction, without feeling, without feeling like we can't do it. So let's just stay in the present and focus on the particular areas in us that we are interested in attending to during this new year. It is really, really, truly 2026. Myself born in the late 50s. What a change in our history and what a change dynamically in electronics and connection and the way we connect in this one lifetime that I've seen. So I've been listening and watching some of the interviews and interesting people discussing AI and the ramifications and the possibility that we're in an economic bubble, and because AI stocks are so overvalued. And yes, it's in every part of my own platform, every single app, every single website I open, there's an AI option. I've taken to doing when I do an email, I ask Gemini in my case to give me other options. And it's interesting what it comes up with. And some of it isn't me. It doesn't speak to how I want to share things and how I respond. But it's interesting to have the options. So I think AI, it's like the Encyclopedia Britannica. When I was a little girl, we'd read it. And now we have it at our fingertips, immediately opening to the right page. But again, information is a tool, but it's not the truth. Okay, so I think my message for us during this coming year is all the information that you have access to, the internet, TikTok, Amazon, even the platforms of streaming, things that we want to watch that we think are educating us and entertaining us, have been written by people who have their own and some of them have ulterior motives. When I was a little girl, I used to think one day we're going to turn on a device. And this is going back to there was just a black and white TV in my home when I was little. And I would say, I'm going to turn on a device and it's going to implant a way for me to react in my brain. It's going to implant a chip or a mental note that I have to follow all the time. It reminds me of The Matrix. But I was maybe 5 or 6 and I thought this. And I don't know why I thought it at 5 or 6. But, this isn't something we weren't thinking could happen. But here we are. So it's I call it like another view of it's a new type of internet. The internet came out when it got very useful. I think because it became someplace we buy everything, and some of it is informational and sourcing, but a lot of us just buy stuff on the internet that saves us a trip to the store. And unfortunately, that changes the way stores are, and many of them have closed. But when it became that, we liked it. We wanted it. I did. And now AI, find something in it that works for you, but use this idea of your own perception, your own human intellect. So I think human intellect, HI, is far more powerful than AI will ever be. And in fact, many, many, many people I know are on AI are talking about all the difficulties they have with the errors they are experiencing and the misinformation. And it's not tremendous amounts of misinformation, so I don't think it's being driven by kind of an evil source or anything, but it's misinforming at times. So you have to use your own intellect. You have to be discerning. I heard Leslie Jones talk about it on a podcast with The Best People, which when I heard the title of that podcast, I was a little turned off because what are we, not the best people? The rest of us that aren't on the podcast? But I understood it after I've listened to a few episodes. And she talks about, we have to use the intellect. We have to use our minds and make our own decisions. And so, navigating the now, use your own sense of, the common sense you have about what's best for you, and don't buy into anything that is for sale. One of my favorite activities is I see something I want, I think I need or want or both, and I put a pause on it and I wait a week and then I go back and it's on sale somewhere, or they made a new one and now it's on sale and it's half off. So just, be discerning, use your own human intelligence to navigate this minefield called AI. I started doing for myself a training on AI. I paid a fee. No, it was ridiculous. There were like 7 or 8 platforms. I was being taught how to use the basic idea of each one, but it didn't take me anywhere. It just took me further and deeper into like coding, which I am not a coder. I've never been a coder. So let's move into the fun part of my platform here, my show. Intuitive or not, it makes no sense. And I've been warned off certain elements by Google Ads, who will stop me from advertising this. So, and I guess they're doing it across whatever your viewpoint is. It's not just my viewpoint. They're cutting out. And I don't know what that's about, but I don't know if I have the bandwidth to find out. I have a meeting with them tomorrow. So intuitive or not, this makes no sense. It's just ongoing need to be we're kind of magnetically drawn to the experiences of our childhood that were magical. All right. And so all the retailers and, large companies that have tremendously expensive products to sell are really, if you go to Manhattan, if you go to New York, I mean, I highly advise doing it because it is kind of like Disneyland for adults. One store was completely wrapped. Was it Louis Vuitton? I'm going to get this wrong. They made a luggage wrap on this entire building, and different tiers of it were different sizes of luggage on, I think it's 57th Street and 5th Avenue. That was pretty astounding. But the amount of money made from our purchases to buy these luxurious products has given them so much money to do these beautiful displays at the holidays. And they're going to be up through the end of this week in New York. Go ahead and see them. You don't have to buy their stuff. You can enjoy. Take advantage of, the deception that's being trying to get us to buy more stuff after the holidays. If you need something, get it. But as I said, put a pause in it. So intuitive or not, I think what's being they're trying to control our behaviors and spending patterns. They are, these wealthy corporations, which I'm sure on many levels support, because I can't stop getting what I need in life. So just, again, human intelligence, all right? The other thing I want to talk about is just not staying stuck in any negative thinking, all right? This would make no sense to me. So I wake up, I say thank you. I actually say thank you to my long dead parents, who I've learned to accept and love and appreciate. It's been over 35 years. So I'm so grateful because they propelled me to do who I am, to be me. And of course, that's what a family is for, I believe, at its best and most effective, to begin to give us a place to start to understand ourselves. So, their tragedy did not become my life, which is pretty unbelievable and miraculous. And it would have made no sense to stay stuck in that. So intuitive or not, I changed my life in my 20s. I made a new decision to say, no, I'm not going to live the rest of my life like this family I was born, to live in. I'm like, no, that would be like an epic tragedy. I don't want to live a tragic life. So I turned around and I looked in the mirror. So intuitive or not, don't stay stuck in a story that your mind tells you was the truth. And now you're 10 or 20 or 30 years older, and you keep revalidating that as real, and it's It's not the truth anymore. You're a different person. You would choose differently. So choose differently. Choose differently when you think a negative thought. That's my intuition. Something even without intuition. We have a feeling when we are stuck and we're feeling mentally challenged by our own thoughts and fears. Hey, man, change the channel. Change the channel. Yeah, that's how I would look at that area of myself today. So thank you for being here. You can go to howweheal.site. You can sign up, howweheal.site, sign up for my training, my online training, which is incredibly reasonable. I have had this wonderful life of many, many years of teaching people how to activate their intuition and spending a lot of hours personally involved with each of my trainees. And I came to understand the world needs more than that. So through me came this wonderful program that's online. You can click and you get a monthly subscription. If it's unaffordable, contact me and we'll make sure you get it. howweheal.site. And if you join me and you're somewhere I can ship this, I will send you a mug, all right, which is from my podcast, How We Heal the Podcast with Kir Noel. So like, subscribe, and share this. Send it to a radio channel. Send it to a TV station if there's some existing where you are. Send it to a streaming platform. I'd love to do this more worldwide and I hope to give you some simple, developmentally easy to follow ways to navigate the now with Kir Noel. All right. Have a good week. Bye.